Hey everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker, greatest screenwriter in the history of the world, recovering homeless guy, here to tell you, save the world, take transit, don't drive a car. We have a car salesman in the White House, Elon Musk, I call him Elon, and he only got so rich because of government subsidies. And one of the biggest subsidies that we don't actually talk about is he got billions of dollars, many hundreds of billions of dollars, in free infrastructure for Teslas to drive on and tear up the roads. These are highly space inefficient. If you want to get more people around, take transit. If you want cleaner air, take transit. And if you want better cities, you don't have to take transit, by the way. Support it. Write to elected leaders asking for more transit, because if you drive, you don't want other people driving who shouldn't be because they don't have any other option. You want other people to have the option not to drive if they don't want to. That way you can get driving quicker. I know a lot of the drivers, they can't process the idea. I said the words other people. That just breaks their brain. They're like, what you mean other people? I person, I people. How other people? Me. They not me, I me. You're so selfish, you can't even understand the idea that other people should have the option of not paying $50,000 for a car and have to give over so much more over the course of a lifetime to the car industry, banks for their car loans, oil industry, transmission shops, car mechanic shops, auto body shops, car insurance companies. I know to you it's like bow down. It's a worthy sacrifice for the greater good. For the greater good, we must sacrifice Americans for the car industry. I get it. You've been brainwashed, bless your hearts. But there are better ways of getting around. There are cities around the world, including some in America. Los Angeles, we're getting there. We're having a huge metro expansion that are getting more people around by bus, by metro, by bike, and on foot. So there are a number of issues with getting there, includes land use. So I know the car brains, they think the road is there and they think God put it there and we can't touch God's creation. You'll touch yourselves a lot. I'm talking, jerking off. And a lot of drivers are just flabby. Just sorry, you're out of shape. But you could afford to study and learn, and learning is good, because even if you don't want to take transit, doesn't matter. You shouldn't want everyone else to be driving. We saw what happens when everyone tries to drive in the Pacific Palisades when the fires destroyed that whole region. There were so many people trying to evacuate by car, they couldn't get anywhere because the roads were at capacity, and they abandoned their cars. The cars had to be bulldozed off the road. So I know to the car brains, they're like, what do you mean other person take transit? I person. I not other. Other person not I. How'd that work? Ooh, brain hurt. I know, you're too selfish. You don't understand that there are other people, and after the word other is just people. They're just people like you. Hard to understand. You're like, what are you saying? They me? No. Calm down, please. Don't get too offended. Don't get angry. Don't get angry at me. It's not that I'm saying you're other people. I'm just saying there are other people, and to them, they're me. And to you, they're the other. You're the other. And other people deserve the chance to be able to get around without driving, because when they can't, we have the traffic that we asked for. I know there's still going to be people who don't understand, cannot compute that. That's fine. But for those of you who understand, doesn't matter if you prefer driving, if you love driving or not, you should be writing to your elected leaders and non-elected leaders like city managers and officials and stuff to install more transit, more metro service, pay metro and bus operators more so we can hire more, put more bus lanes in, bike lanes, because the more people get out of their cars, the more livable cities are and the less congestion there is, and the more healthy and happy cities are, because we can be out and actually see each other. And if you don't want to drive, or you don't have your car, or just a certain day you don't want to drive, or a certain trip, you can go car free for it. Apparently a lot of you Americans hate freedom. You hate veterans, because veterans like my dad, who drove into his 80s and crashed several cars, should have had other options to drive, but that's okay. You hate veterans. I can't get behind that sentiment. I don't understand that. And you hate the cops because Police are frequently put in danger by drivers. Southern California is very dangerous for police on the roads. Car crashes are one of the biggest killers of police in Southern California. So that's fine. You hate our cops, you hate our veterans. I don't see why you're in this country if you hate them so much. I mean, you could pack your bags and leave, but that's fine. The conservatives and the people who really support cars, you have your freedom of speech, and I applaud your courage in expressing such unpopular views. I know that wouldn't have flown in my house, not with my dad being a 25-year Air Force veteran, but again, you all have freedom of speech, and I'll defend your right to free speech. I'm just saying, if you want to open your mind up to the idea that other people deserve to get around, well, that helps save our cities, because also it means bums, freeloading welfare queens like Elon Musk, who got hundreds of billions of dollars in, well, I'm getting all choked up, government handouts in the form of roads and highways that he never had to pay for to sell these Teslas on, got rich off of, in addition to the direct subsidies that he got. And now he's able to like strip America for parts and demonize poor people and old people and try and spin a tale that America needs to be run like a business, which means fire people and screw over workers and commit racist and sexist abuse against them, and claim as long as the executives get paid more, hey, that's better performance. And claim that at least money is flowing to you, oh, that's better performance. I know a lot of people have a hard time understanding what's the problem with that. If you have more money, God makes you better than others. Look, I used to be a libertarian. I used to be an anarcho-capitalist. I was staunchly in that camp, and I read constantly about it. I was very much doctrinal about it, where I didn't care what the consequences are for not adhering to that. I believe generally, yeah, free market ideas made life better. They don't. And also that's an illusion, the idea of a free market. But I understand that position. I would have been, I'm not even proud to say it, but I would have been on board for much of what Musk's doing. I would like to think I would still be against the way he's doing it in a way. And also, I was against subsidies for any company. So I would have been against government contracts too. But I didn't know that I was advocating for such an ugly world. One thing I did get out of that experience, I became very anti-war. But I had this chauvinistic side about it too, where I'm like, the market is more efficient and gets goods and services moving better. Basically means it's play money. It's gambling. It's a way of exploiting people. That's another word for profit, exploitation. So take one of these out, ride a bike. Drivers, get your flabby legs moving along. You're looking kind of schlubby yourself. And we can actually make a world where people can get around well, and we don't have to do this, but where we don't have leaders who think they have to bomb and invade and colonize the world for resources. Apparently we don't learn lessons at all. We're trying to now take over Canada and Greenland, and trying to sanction, or not sanction, but put tariffs on countries who get oil from Venezuela. Because Venezuela has been moving leftist for years because they realize the benefits of a leftist system where the government takes care of people and people can live with some dignity. We hate that because that means we can't get their resources if they nationalize their oil industry. We should be nationalizing a lot here. Nationalize X or Twitter, nationalize the railways. We should nationalize healthcare. But that would cut out a lot of these middlemen. Nationalize housing on some, whatever that means, or decommodify it. It's instead of all these middlemen in the way who make it such a pain in the ass to get housed, to get healthcare, to go on flights. We should nationalize the airline industry, to get around by public transportation. We can do this. And it also means a lot of you are going to have to open your eyes to the idea that bombing poor people in Yemen like the Houthis, not going to help us. I know the whining infantile arguments from conservatives, because I used to make these. Before I was a libertarian, I was a conservative, and I was very much a chest-thumping, war hawk, which was very ignorant of me. I'm not saying I stand by any of that, but I see the comments people make about like, oh, liberals and leftists want to appease terrorists. They don't know anything about this conflict, what the Houthis are doing, trying to put a blockade on shipments in support of the Palestinian people. They stopped that blockade when Israel actually more or less, I mean, somewhat abided the ceasefire, and then they stopped. Then they went back to blockading after Israel broke the ceasefire. So apparently, you all think you can just kill your way out of political problems, and it's going to mean more enemies around the world. But conservatives, they're just like, me want kill poor people. I get it. I was like that too. And I read a lot. It's not like I was just totally ignorant. I was very ignorant, though. But anyways, take public transportation. If you can't take it, that's fine. There are going to be people who ignore this part of the message. You should timestamp it. Even if you never take public transportation, you should take steps to support it for others, meaning support political candidates who want more public transportation, more abundant public transportation, more livable, walkable cities, denser housing, more abundant housing. You should support other activists and activist groups. Like here in LA, we have Streets for All and Streets Are for Everyone that lobby on behalf of, more metro service, more bike lanes, etc., better land use, affordable housing. It's all that. Because also the thing, people who are just obsessed with like driving, like they think because the roads are there, God gave us these roads and we can't interfere with that. They don't understand that for other people, your convenience means they die in car crashes. That's what your convenience means. You get around easily on a road that gives you a high speed. For someone else, they're at the receiving end of that high speed and get killed. And so in LA, for the last 2 years, over 300 people have died that way in crashes. Across America, for many years now, it's been around 40,000 a year. So at a rate of over 100 a day. So that's fine. A lot of you drivers want dead Americans. You have your freedom of speech. I've gone over this. I disagree with that. I think it's worth making streets safe for everybody and that we can actually get more people around even more efficiently. But the point is, if you never use public transportation, you should support activists who want less parking, more bike lanes, bus lanes, and metro, because each bus, each bike path, each metro car can take so many more people so much more efficiently than cars can. You might have, for a given metro car, like maybe that's the length of 4 private vehicles, like just personal cars. And yet a metro car could seat anywhere from 50 to 100, not just seat, with standing room too, 50 to 100 people on it, depending if it's light rail or heavy rail. And you have tracks they go on, so they create less friction, so they don't wear down the way cars do, where everybody needs tires, and a huge source of pollution is tires and emissions from cars. I know you all don't care about that, like people getting sick and dying and getting childhood cancer and emergency room admissions for childhood cancer. Maybe some of that, but childhood asthma is what I meant to say. Childhood asthma and emphysema and cardiovascular disease, neurological disease. A lot of you don't care about that because you're like, but how's that affect me? Oh, that's someone else doing that? Oh, that's fine. That's not inconvenient. It's convenient for me to go around fast. So if someone else dies for that, well, that's convenient then. That's the price for my convenience. Big deal. It's really hard for people to conceive of that other person as a person like them. But there are a lot of us who do that and who do matter and who realize we're the other person a lot of times, because we're the ones who get hit and get sick and are needlessly having our cities eroded just for the sake of the auto industry and some car salesman like Elon Musk. So take transit. There are a lot of opportunities in LA for there are certain discounts, like the Life program. It's a low income program. There are also certain deals that Metro gives, like certain days riding is free on Metro, and also they have the Metro Bike Share, which they should expand, and they give coupons for that. Sometimes they'll give like a month pass for $1 on them, unlimited rides, or like a year for like $70, which is like half the normal price, something like that. I did that once. That was awesome. Or ride a bike too. Great exercise. So much cheaper to maintain than a car. and you make lots of friends that way. I've made so many friends by biking, but there are people, none of that got through, and I get it. It's like, until you're ready, you don't know. So think about that. The fact that our built environment has empowered this fascist goon to destroy this country, to demonize people, to risk us in nuclear war because this chauvinism is leading to brinksmanship, and to demonize immigrants, poor people, brown people, queer people, indigenous people, because he thinks, I get it. Not that I condone it at all. What I'm saying is, I had that chauvinism too as a libertarian, where I thought people are so too stupid to understand how their socialism, quote unquote, whatever that meant, basically anything the government does, socialism, is hindering market forces, meaning whatever I think is good. I get that. And I'm not saying, it sounds like I'm saying it's good. I don't at all. I'm completely against it. What I'm saying is, it's actually kind of like I'm the conservative whisperer. Like, I know how to translate that, like a Rosetta Stone, their sentiments into what they actually believe about people who aren't like them. And it's cruel and it's wicked and ignorant and barbaric, and we can do so much better. And I think we will. So thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think.